something's going on in Tampa, and it's not what anyone expected. 1 week into camp, the names on everyone's lips aren't the stars, and they're not the rookies with big contracts. Instead, two players who were barely on the radar have walked in and stolen the show. Shiloh Sanders and Desmond Watson have gone from afterthoughts to headline makers. And the shift has been so quick, it's caught the whole building off guard. It's the kind of story that shakes a locker room. Shiloh came in with nothing promised. No draft buzz, no guaranteed spot. But he's been everywhere on the field, reading plays, breaking up passes, and showing a hunger that can't be faked. Every rep feels like it could be the one that earns him his place. Desmond's rise has a different edge. At first, it was all about the doubts, his size, his conditioning, whether he could keep up. But now he's starting to flip that script. The movement is sharper, the effort is louder, and coaches are seeing a player who might be worth a serious look. This isn't just a nice underdog tale. It's a live fight for relevance, and both of these guys are swinging hard. Next, we'll dive into how Shiloh Sanders turned a no-hype arrival into one of the most dangerous camp stories in the NFL. Don't forget to subscribe to Red Zone Report for more powerful NFL stories. Shiloh Sanders didn't step into Tampa's camp with a spotlight waiting for him. He came in as a name few expected to make waves, carrying more doubt than praise. But from the first time he lined up, he's been changing that picture. His plays aren't lucky moments. They're the result of reading the field and reacting before the offense even knows what's coming. He's built his case one snap at a time. One day it's jumping a route for a clean pass breakup. Another day it's closing in from deep safety to shut down a play before it develops. That consistency is starting to stack up. And the coaches have noticed. Players who stay sharp every day tend to stick around. What separates Shiloh from most long shots is his mindset. He doesn't just show up to run drills, he treats every rep like it's the one that could keep him in the league. He's loud, competitive, and never lets the energy drop, which has a way of pulling the rest of the defense with him. It's that mix of performance and presence that's earning him respect inside the building. When veterans start nodding your way and leaders speak up for you, you know you're making progress. In the next section, we'll look at how Shiloh's style and attitude are bringing a spark that's hard for this team to ignore. Shiloh's impact isn't limited to the plays he makes. It's in the way he changes the atmosphere around him. From the moment he steps onto the field, there's a different edge. He's talking, challenging teammates, and keeping the tempo high. Practices that could drag in the Florida Heat suddenly feel charged, and that's not something you can teach. Every drill becomes a contest. He celebrates stops like they matter in a playoff game, and he's not shy about letting the offense know when they've been beaten. That attitude forces everyone to raise their level because no one wants to be the guy on the wrong end of his energy. What's more, he's showing that it's possible to compete hard without crossing the line. The vets respect it because it's real. It's not fake swagger. He's pushing his teammates, but he's also building connections with them. That balance is hard to find, especially for a player fighting for a roster spot. In a camp where mental fatigue can set in fast, having someone who can keep the defense locked in is a hidden advantage. Next, we'll break down how his instincts and field vision are turning him from just an energizer into a true playmaker. Shiloh's game stands out because he doesn't waste movement. He's not chasing plays. He's arriving where the ball is going before the offense can react. That comes from film study, preparation, and knowing how to read an offense's intentions. It's a skill that turns close calls into game-changing moments. His college record backs it up. Forced turnovers, clean tackles in open space, and a knack for stepping in at the exact right time. He's proven he can keep up with fast-paced offenses even if his path to the NFL didn't come through a powerhouse program. That background hasn't slowed him down in the slightest. On the field now, those instincts means he's rarely caught out of position. He understands angles, closing speed, and how to take away passing windows. That makes quarterbacks think twice before testing his side of the field. And it gives his coaches confidence to trust him in bigger roles. This isn't about just surviving camp. It's about showing he can be a reliable piece when the games count. Up next, we shift the focus to Desmond Watson, a player whose sheer size and strength make him impossible to miss the second he steps on the field. Desmond Watson is the kind of player you notice before he even moves. Standing 6'6" and carrying more than 460 pounds, his presence alone can change the way an offense lines up. Add in his raw strength, proven by an eye-opening 36 bench press reps at his pro day, and you've got a natural fit for the trenches. But the start of camp didn't go the way he wanted. Questions about his fitness and conditioning surfaced fast, and it became a talking point for both media and fans. In the NFL, where speed and stamina matter as much as size, those concerns can push a player to the sidelines if they're not addressed. Instead of shying away from the criticism, Desmond began to tackle it head-on. The work behind the scenes started to show, and his return to full-speed practice was a sign he wasn't going to let those doubts define him. The movement is sharpened, and the effort is more consistent than when he first arrived. For a player with his physical tools, the potential is obvious. The challenge now is proving he can maintain that level every day. In the next section, we'll look at how his progress could turn him into a major problem for opposing offenses when paired with Vita Vea. Desmond's return to full team drills has already changed the feel of Tampa's defensive line. He's no longer standing on the sideline watching others take reps. He's in the mix, firing off the snap and holding his ground against some of the team's top blockers. That kind of presence can tilt the battle in the trenches. The thought of him lining up next to Vita Vea is enough to make any offensive coordinator nervous. Together, their size and power could clog running lanes and force teams to rethink how they attack the middle. It's the type of pairing that can set the tone for an entire defense. What stands out now is his willingness to put in steady work. There's no shortcut to conditioning, and each day he's proving he's serious about improving. That steady climb matters more than one flashy play because it shows he's committed to staying on the field. If this trend continues, Desmond could move from being a question mark to a key piece in the rotation. Next, we'll break down how Todd Bowles is creating a camp environment where players like him and Shiloh can rise through pure competition. Todd Bowles isn't running a camp where only the top names get real opportunities. He's mixing lineups, shuffling players in and out, and making sure everyone gets tested in live situations. That approach keeps every spot on the roster open to competition. For undrafted players and long shots, it's the kind of system that gives them a fighting chance. One day, a veteran might be leading the drill. The next, a newcomer is getting reps with the first team. It forces everyone to adjust quickly and prove they can perform in any scenario. This constant rotation also sharpens the mental side of the game. Players have to understand multiple roles, react to changes on the fly, and stay focused no matter who's lined up next to them. It's a pressure test that reveals who can handle the demands of Bowles' defense. For Shiloh Sanders and Desmond Watson, staying in the mix this deep into camp means they're not just filling space, they're earning real consideration. In the final section, we'll look at how their combined rise is shaping the Buccaneers' depth and defensive identity heading into the season. Shiloh Sanders and Desmond Watson are proving that camp battles aren't just about the stars. Their growth is giving Tampa something every contender needs: depth that can step in without the defense losing a step. That kind of insurance can be the difference when injuries hit or games get tight. Shiloh's value goes beyond what happens between the whistles. His connection with fans and presence in the community show a player who understands the bigger picture. That connection can matter when coaches weigh two players with similar skill levels. Desmond's progress brings a different type of benefit. If he keeps building his conditioning and refining his game, he can anchor the run defense in a way that forces offenses to play away from the middle. That's a weapon that doesn't show up on highlight reels, but wins games. Together, they're adding grit and unpredictability to the Buccaneers' defense. As camp moves forward, their fight to stay on the roster could also be the spark that pushes the entire unit to higher level. Blessings to all my Red Zone Report subscriber family. Your support means everything. Stay tuned, stay sharp, and I'll catch you in the next one.